Hello there, and welcome to the Building Block. Today, we begin our journey into complex numbers. So, what exactly is a complex number? It is a number that has two parts, a real part and an imaginary part. The imaginary part is written with an I, which represents the square root of minus 1. An example of a complex number is 3 plus 2i. If we graph this, the x-axis represents the real part and the y-axis represents the imaginary part. It looks something like this. Now, let's see what we can do with complex numbers. Addition. If you have two complex numbers together, you simply add the real parts together and the imaginary parts together. You can see it here with color coding. This is very similar to adding vectors, something that we'll dive deeper into in the future videos. Subtraction. Same idea here, just subtracted parts. If you multiply a complex number by a constant, you must distribute it into both parts. Let's say we have two complex numbers, a plus bi and c plus di. To multiply them, we need to use the distributive property. We multiply each part of the first complex number by each part of the second. You can see the result here. Now, remember that I squared equals minus 1. So we replace I squared with minus 1 and simplify. The product of the two complex numbers is shown here. And that's how you multiply two complex numbers. Distribute, simplify, and substitute I squared with minus 1. Now let's divide two complex numbers. We want to find a plus bi divided by c plus di. So the problem here is that we cannot leave an imaginary number in the denominator. To fix that, we multiply the numerator and the denominator by the conjugate of the denominator. So the conjugate of c plus di is c minus di. Let's start with the denominator. This is a special identity. If you multiply this, you can cancel the terms and you arrive at c squared minus d squared times I squared is the denominator. But again, we need to remember that I squared is minus 1, so we get c squared plus d squared. Now, for the numerator, we distribute again using the same distributive property, and then we combine the terms, the real parts and the imaginary parts. So the final result is AC plus BD plus BC minus ADI divided by C squared plus D squared. How you divide complex numbers. Multiply by the conjugate. Simplify using I squared equal minus 1 and rearrange. And that's the foundation of complex numbers. Thank you for watching the building block. Catch you next time.